G'day everyone, got a special treat today, a narrated video, and I'll be showing you some of the quirky sights of Brisbane, some of the fun facts. If any of you saw my first talking video, it was filmed here. We're at the City Botanical Gardens, and during that walk and talk, it's titled Come for a Stroll and a Chat, I talk about why I do these videos and the certain style I do on these videos. So I just want to cast your mind back to that briefly. That walk and talk was scripted, mostly because I just didn't want to leave anything out. I just want to read you a little bit of that. It's pretty hard to walk and read at the same time, so I thought I'd come here first and show you some of the nice gardens the crew's been getting together here. So I spoke about why, or the style that I do my videos in. So when I do a walk, I'll read this out word for word. I want you to feel that you're walking with me. You can hear my breathing and my footsteps, and I like to include everyone during my walks. All my videos are in real time, no editing, raw, no music, just the hum of the city and the sound of nature, and as I said, my footsteps, breathing, and the occasional cough. So you heard that here first. So during that walk, I also spoke about one thing I love about Brisbane, and that's its quirky side. It's got lots of fun facts and weird stories about the city. So I'm going to share 3 of my favourite sites with you today. I'll do my best anyway, because I'm still not real confident talking on camera, in case you've noticed, but I'll give it a crack. So yeah, we're currently in the City Botanical Gardens, and we're going to make our way to Charlotte Street for a group of 3 buildings that hold an interesting, fascinating and humorous past. So let's head off to Charlotte Street. The grounds crew hard at it, as always. Same goes for the council workers around town. You'd be hard pressed to find any rubbish on a city street here. They're pretty good at what they do. I have no idea what that is. doesn't look too good. Emergency vehicles outside of construction sites, never a good thing. Normally I'd go Albert Street, that's that street straight in front of us, to get to Charlotte, and I'm going to go up that way to George Street because I like checking out the progress of all the new development, the Cross River Rail going on, and the North Bank development. So we'll go up this way, up Ellis Street, up to George. It's been a while since I did a video in the city. Last time I did a video in the city, or since then, I've done South Brisbane, West End, the Valley, Newstead, or New Farm, and Tenerife, which I really like. I like New Farm and Tenerife, it's a good area. So this has been quite a while since I've been in the city, and it's been quite a while since I uploaded anything. It's been about 2 weeks. You know, life sometimes gets in the way. I haven't been feeling the best, plus work commitments and family. And I'm back into it now. It should be a fun walk. Share some of my knowledge. Old Parliament House over there. I've done a walk around the grounds of that before. Now we're on George Street. And one of my favourite buildings over there. It's the mansions. I think it's everybody's favourite in Brisbane. '89. certainly come along. Margaret Street down there. It's the new Queen's Wharf development. Most of us will just end up calling it North Bank. And 66 on that building. These buildings are being renovated, given a new lease online. By that sign we're going to have a sky deck. It's going to be a glass sky deck open to the public. That'll be exciting. There's some good views from there. And that's Mary Street down there. This area here is known as Capitol Hill. Some Lands Administration on government printing. Now accommodation for the Treasury Casino, which is that one over there in the corner. On the roof there you can see two gargoyles. Pretty cool. Apparently the ink boys back in the day used to run the ink to the printers, used to get covered in black ink by the end of the day and they look like little devils. Hence these two dudes. And that's the Treasury Casino. And that's going to be turned into retail shops and high-end retail shops. Accommodation and restaurants, so forth. And the new casinos going down there in that new development. So anyway, we've arrived at our destination, Charlotte Street. We'll go down here and we'll talk about a group of interesting buildings. Good shot here. So as you can see, it's a Pancake Manor. It's an iconic building. It was built in 1904. It was originally St. Luke's Church of England. In 1979 it was turned into the Pancake Manor. And an interesting little fact about it is that it's reported to be the most haunted restaurant in the world. Not just Australia, the world. Many stories have come out of that from past managers, owners, staff. Looks it too. If you're into that sort of thing, Jack Sim is a well-known local author, paranormal author. And if you ever get a chance to read any of his books, please do so. He does ghost tours around Brisbane and around Toowong Cemetery, which is Brisbane's largest cemetery, and it's the largest cemetery in the southern hemisphere. But apparently the story goes that the doors where those people are, I won't go up to it now, but if you knock on it 3 times you can actually hear someone coming down the stairs. It's pretty freaky. Going to stand there for this next one, but there's people there, so I'll go down a bit further for these next 2. Hope you can hear me alright though. A bit noisy today. So anyway, this building here is John Reed and Nephews, and dates back to 1911. And it was an engineer firm, and I still believe it's still run as an engineer company, although I can see some lighting in there that it may have moved somewhere else, but they're still in business. Anyway, that's John Reed. But I'd like to show you this other building so you get a connection with this building. First of all, I'll talk about the bottom floor here. It says fine books. There's a lot of traffic here. Everyone seems to be parking in my way today. I think he's going now. You can see by the sign there it says 1 million books. Apparently if you go in there and ask the owner, he'll say you're more than welcome to count them, but no one's ever taken him up on his offer. But it started life in 1919 as a printing company by John Mills. He had another office at Adelaide Street, or another company at Adelaide Street. He moved here in 1919. Also, before I forget, in that particular bookstore there is a book that's titled Arcadia, and it dates back to 1620. How a book from 1620 arrived in little old Brisbane, I'll never know, but yeah, apparently it's in there. But anyway, John Mills, was in business with William Green, and he had an office on Adelaide Street, and the business was going really, really well. We even had a warehouse at Newstead. They had a bit of a falling out, and they absolved the partnership. So he moved here and set himself up, and he put on his building John Mills himself. of people think he's having a go at old mate here. This is the nephews. And John Mills didn't have any sons to carry it on. There's a lot of businesses have, you know, like John Mills and Son. A lot of people think he's having a go at him. But actually what I think it is, when the business finished up, he was sick and tired of being in partnership. So he moved here and he just named it himself. It used to be John Mills and Green when it was Adelaide Street. That story I think is the most likely reason why, but the story about him having a go at old mate next door, I reckon that's pretty good too. So maybe go either way, whatever you like. So I reckon that's really interesting. Anyway, what's the story on that one? Oh no, hang on, there's more. That's right, I nearly forgot. At the back of that, during World War II, General Douglas MacArthur, during the Pacific campaign with US and Australia forces, he had an office here at MacArthur's Chambers. That's on the corner of Queen and Edward Streets. But it's reported that he had a lot of staff members that occupied the rear of that building, and some even suggest that it was actually a war room. I've found no evidence of that. I've done a bit of research over the years on it. All I can find that it was used as a gym for the visiting troops at the time, Marines and sailors. But yeah, it's a pretty cool story anyway. MacArthur was here. Him and his family actually started the Lannon's Hotel. It was one of the newest hotels at the time, pretty ritzy. No longer. Yeah. So he had his office at MacArthur's Chambers, as I said. And there's a museum there of sorts, and his office has been preserved just like he kept it in World War II. The only difference is that there's a telephone on his desk, and MacArthur hated telephones, that if he ever got a phone call, his secretary would have to run the phone into his office for him to take the call, and then she'd have to take it back out again. And if you go into the museum there's a phone on his desk, and that would never be the case. Anyway, we'll head down to our next quirky bit of Brisbane, and that's King George Square. So come along. This is Albert Street, and we're going to have a new railway station here when this Cross River Rail project's finished. Excuse me. I think around 2024, 2025. It's going to be really good. You'll be able to catch a train right into the heart of Brisbane, right into the Queen Street Mall. It's going to be great for city workers as well. We've only got two stations here, Roma Street and Central. And if you're working in the city, you'll get off at Central. And it's a bit of a hike if you're working down this end of town. Emergency crews are still here. There you go, new station on Albert Street. I'll lift the camera up, see if you can see it, you know. The Queen Street Mall, Albert Street End. Burnett Lane up there. I've done a walk through that if you want to check that out, one of my earlier videos. Lanes and alleys. King George Square, and that's the Brisbane City Hall over there. This is Adelaide Street. There's a few street signs missing around town. This is Adelaide Street. Just crossed it. Oh, looks like we're just in time for the tower. There we go. There's people in front of the statue. Right over there is a statue of King George V, and he was great-great-great-grandfather to Queen Elizabeth of England. And that statue used to be down there, and it was facing City Hall. Now the Queen and the Duke, may he rest in soul, came out in 1956 to open the Melbourne Olympic Games, and they came here. I'm just trying to find the name of the board there at the time. I've got a cheat sheet here, I wrote down his name because I knew I'd forget it. What was his name? Frank Roberts, I think. Let me get out my glasses. Yeah, Frank Roberts. And he was chuffed at the time to bring the Queen down here and show him the new statue. And in my there's something going on, alright. We've got another firing. Anyway, showed it to the Queen, and in my worst British accent possible, she said, "Oh yes, it's very nice, but why is Papa retreating?" They realised their mistake, so not long after they moved him up to here and had him facing the right way, and now he's charging down Ann Street, which is this street here. And he's charging down Ann Street now towards a well-known red light district. So I don't know what the Queen would think about that now, but anyway, an interesting story. Anyway, our next and final quirky bit for today, we'll take you up to Turbot Street and show you some unique sculptures that used to be here, and they were spread out all through here. but now they're all together now in the one spot. So we're going up Turbot Street and we'll have a look at those and finish off the video. Albert Street, Narrated Church, over there. Beautiful old building. You'll see that featured on many postcards, many people's photos when they come here to visit. So I just want to talk to you about the channel. I want to thank everyone for their likes and comments and support. And in that initial narration walk I did, I mentioned about the subscription. And if you're a subscriber, you can request me to do a walk for you. Now, to be honest, I did that because, well, you know, I thought it might encourage some subscribers, which apparently you need to move up and to be more recognised for your videos. But later thinking about it, it's sort of singling people out because not everyone's comfortable in subscribing, and that's fair enough. I wasn't either to begin with, because you see subscription, you think, oh, it's going to cost me money. Well, it doesn't. It's free. You're under no obligation, and it's a secure site, of course. So if you're not comfortable subscribing, that's fine. So I won't. You can scrub the idea of you have to be a subscriber to request a walk. Just go ahead and request one if you want me to see a walk, and I'll do my best to do it. But if you want to subscribe, yay, great, I love it. I love seeing new subscribers. So yeah, thanks very much to all the ones that have. I really appreciate it. Coming up Edward Street and on Ann at Central Station over there. That's where we got off this morning. I did another little walk before this one, and I've been down Edward Street towards Gardens, down that way before, but I normally walk the opposite side, but today I walked down this side, something different. Started this video, so we've done a full block. Palace Hotel there. Used to be owned by the Salvos many years ago, now it's a backpackers. Going to try and pump out as many walks as I can this week. It's such a nice day. Take full advantage. This is number 2 walk today. The IBM building there, as you can see. I used to deliver there quite a bit when I was a courier, and it has the first, as you can see from here, has the first revolving door on a building in Brisbane, and it's also got a glass lift which runs up that corner. This is Turbot Street. I'm going to see if I get permission one day, and I'll take you up that lift. It's quite a good view. So here we have some interesting sculptures. This is a Forme di Mito. Probably not the way you say it. They're Greek mythology structures. This one over here is Cassandra, and she's married to this bloke over here. But she's having an affair with this bloke over here, and he found out about it, so they had a big battle, and the husband was killed outright, and the boyfriend was mortally wounded and died a couple of days later from his injuries, and poor old Cassandra was left with no one. And this is her mother over here, and she's saying, "Told you so, told you so." They were commissioned by well-known sculpture, world-renowned sculpture, Arnoldo Pomodoro in 1983, and they originally stood in King George Square, as I said before, but they were all separated. They moved up here in 1993, and so now they're all together. But most people walk by here or drive by here every day and think it's something out of Doctor Who, and a lot of locals refer this area as the Daleks. But yeah, it's got nothing to do with Doctor Who. It's a story of blood and gore and violence and infidelity played out on this little corner. So it's a pretty cool story. And up over the back here we have Jacob's Ladder. It's not the original set of stairs, but it was constructed by convicts and takes you up to the Tower Mill, which is up there, and that'll be our next video. I'll take you up there and we'll have a bit of a walk through Spring Hill. There's that revolving door I was telling you about. First one in Brisbane. So yeah, well, hope you enjoyed that. A few fun facts. There's plenty more. I'll share them with you from time to time, and I hope you like it enough to subscribe, and please comment. I don't bite. Anything you want to ask me, go ahead. And like I said, it's open to anybody. If you want me to do a video for you, just let me know in the comment section and I will do that video eventually. I've got a few planned around here. Keep me busy for a couple of weeks, but I definitely will try and get those videos done for you. Okay, take care, and it's Brisbane City Walks by BMC Walks, signing off.